Let's Talk Tuesday. Sorry I didn't film or post whatever last week. I actually was... Fat ass spider. I'm sorry that I didn't post or film last week. I was actually working or serving at a VBS camp, and I just look forward to the camp every year, even though I'm one of the counselors and not even a camper anymore. But I just love the camp. It just brings me so much closer to God, and it's so fun. But my favorite day is the day where they ask the kids to, if they want to let Jesus into their heart, they say like the prayer and stuff. And actually there was 8 kids who from our group who went, and it was so cool like seeing that, because it's like, wow, like it's just crazy to think you're making like an impact on these kids' lives, and an impact that will change them forever, you know. Also, I want to say last week the Michael Jackson movie came out on Amazon Prime, I think, and so me and my mom, we watched it. Guys, it was actually really good. You know, I learned so much about Michael Jackson that like I didn't even know before, and like he had so many fans, but I feel like since that movie's come out, he's gotten even more fans, even though he passed away, because there's people from like my generation who didn't grow up with him or anything, were learning about him. So now I've actually listened to some of his more like of his songs, because he has some good songs, and so many of his songs I've heard like as trends and stuff, but I never knew, like thought, oh wait, that's Michael Jackson singing that. So it was actually a really good movie, and like his nephew played him in the movie, and he did so good. Like I don't understand how he is good at, not only that he just
looks like him, but he's good at acting, lip singing, and like dancing,
and just the whole movie. Like he needs to win something. I hope at the next Oscars they win, like that movie wins a ton of stuff, because it's actually really good.
And here's the funny thing.
Growing up, I didn't know much about Michael Jackson except for that he was a famous singer. And so me and my sister and one of our like close friends at the time, we would always play family, and her boyfriend would always be Michael Jackson. We would always be roasting her like,
he's dead, like why you want your boyfriend to be someone that's dead? Oh, that's so fake.
but now I'm like, okay, I understand, because he was actually very like popular and cool, even though like he had a very hard life. But you know, I feel like nobody could ever like be like at that level of like famous and stuff. Like nobody will pass him or anything like that. But yeah, rest in peace, guys. You know, it's gonna be a very nice day. It was raining earlier, but now it feels amazing out here. Yeah. Anyway, I'm on a new mission, okay? Lately, you know, life is very ups and downs, you know, stuff like that. You know, what's that saying, that verse, God didn't promise days without rain, but something like that, he'll always be with you. I can't remember the exact thing, but you know, even in the good times, the bad times, the great times, the terrible times, God is there. So you know, that's good. But I want to say, you know, in the past few months, I've been going through some hard stuff. It could always be so much worse. It could be so much worse. So I'm grateful that it's not worse. But you know, I used to be more of a happy person, you know, smiling, stuff like that. I don't smile as much, stuff like that. Feel more. It's more like 60-40, but the 60 is like, the 40 is like the happy, the 60 is like the not so happy. Not that I'm sad or depressed, it's just, you know, not as happy as I used to be all the time. Because I used to have a mindset of, when bad things happen, why do people get upset? Because hey, you still have all this stuff. That's how it used to be. So I definitely am a hypocrite on that. But yeah, anyway, I want my life so looking more, I want the 60% to be more of this and the 40% to be more of this, versus this being 60, this being 40. So, you know, here's the mission. if you're happy, you can make other people happy, stuff like that. So here's the steps. I'm gonna try to get outside more each day, because you know, if you're outside, look at the sun coming out, look at that. It's God's telling me I'm right. Well, he's right, but you know, bright means happy. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna start getting outside more, at least once or twice a day, but like not just walking to the car, like getting outside and enjoying this beautiful earth around us. What a wonderful world, you know.
I see skies of blue.
And then also doing something each day that makes me happy. Like example, not just like scrolling on my phone to relax, like an intentional thing that would make me happy. Like, I don't know, painting a picture or something like that. There's something intentional. Even in every day, you know, I do stuff that makes me happy, you know, read my Bible every night, but like something like out of the ordinary, not just the regular, like same thing, like something that I have to intentionally do. And yeah, and another thing, start acting more like a kid, because kids are always happy. And I'm basically closer to a kid than an adult. That's not true, but you know, as Walt Disney once said, adults are just grown-up kids, something like that. So you know, live life as a kid, because kids are more this than this. They don't care about stupid things, they just have fun. Every situation, they make it fun. So I'm starting doing stuff like that. You know, if I see a playground, if I'm on a walk and I see a playground, I'm gonna go play at that playground. If I see some toys at Target, I'm gonna take some time to look at it. If I see a ball in Walmart, I'm gonna bounce the ball, stuff like that. Just having more fun. I finally found the vinyl or something of Freya Sky. Every time I go to Target, I would look, because I see YouTube videos people have found, like, see it. So I was like looking, and then I finally found it yesterday. I was so happy. I'm gonna reenact my reaction. I just want to check. I just want to check one more time. It's here. That was my exact reaction. I was really so happy, and I couldn't wipe the smile off my face the whole time I was in that store. I was so happy. I found it at Target. It was the last one, and it was hiding behind all these other famous people, and I saw the little sliver of blue, and I looked, and it was there, and I was so happy, and I was just so glad I found it. It was almost like meeting the real girl. But anyway, yeah, I just love listening to Freya Sky, and she's just such a sweet person. Like, she's always just like so kind, and I don't understand how people could hate on her, because there's really nothing to hate. I mean, like, she's just so kind to everyone, and you know, just a joy to this world. But anyway, make sure you check your Targets, because you never know if you'll find some Freya Sky stuff. But that's all I have come here to say for today. Forgive me for not being here last week. I know I always say I'll be here next week, but I wasn't here, so I'm sorry. Oh, also, I've been watching some old Mr. Beast videos, like from 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, and I can't believe, like, I remember those videos just coming out like last year, and I'm watching it, and I checked the date, and I'm like, 6 years ago? I'm like, bro, but honestly, those videos from back then are just so like nostalgic and just fun. Like, I love watching those, so go check those old classic Mr. Beast videos out, you know. Yeah, but I just can't believe it's been like 6 years ago since like some of the basic ones, but like, it feels like it was just last year. Time flies, as they all like to say. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for stopping by to listen, and I make no promises, but next week I might have a special guest coming. I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. Well, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.